Hey guys, Nyosha here from Navigation, and it is Transformation Tuesday. So we have with us today none other than the Alchemist, Akeem the Alchemist. How are you, love?
I'm doing excellent, sis. Doing excellent, Queen. It's great to see you on this beautiful day.
You as well. Absolutely. What scenery is that in the background? I'm always digging your scenery.
On the background right now, we got some okra plants growing. Um,
Okra.
Let me see if
Wow.
we can get a little shot on one of them right on camera. Can you see that, sis?
I can. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know what an okra plant looked like until now. That's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I love
Thank you.
okra too.
Yeah, it's very good for you. And it's a summer plant. So okras, tomatoes, and peppers, they really like the heat. So, what I mean, it's still been 90 degrees out here, even though we're about to enter in October. It's gonna be 93 tomorrow actually, but
Okay.
they're going grown. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I guess that's why the tomatoes that I have planted, they just really took off. And man, I have three more to pick today. So that's like the sixth tomato. And I tell you, I am so hooked. And already we're looking for like space in the back, additional space to just start a beautiful garden, herbs and fruits, veggies, all that stuff.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You changed my life.
Well, it's in our DNA. Grandmother was a big gardener slash farmer, so all we had to do was apply the techniques.
That's it. That's it. So what topic do we have today that we're discussing?
Well, since I'm already in the garden, I thought the topic would be great is what type of seed are we planting?
Oh, I love it. Plant
hmm
your seeds.
Plant your seed. So as always, I want to ask you, what does that sound like to you in terms of financially?
Oh my. Choose wisely. Be
Mm-hmm.
careful with what you plant. Think about what you're going to plant and think about what it is that you want to grow from your sowing effort. So you have to be strategic, you have to be tactical, you have to be continuous, you have to be nurturing, and you have to be responsible as well in order to
No
see growth.
no doubt. No doubt. That's beautiful. Always dropping the knowledge on the young brother. I appreciate
I'm
that.
just trying to keep up with you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, just like you said, what type of seed are we planting now? I'm in the garden right now, and I planted some tomato seeds. I planted some okra seeds, zucchini, squash.
Mhm.
In order to have that yield to grow, we got to make sure we take care of that soil.
Okay.
The soil is the most important part of when you're growing anything. So we can relate that in the terms of a mother. If the mother is healthy, if the mother is being taken care of, the mother is nurtured, sort of like you was going through your pregnancy, then the seed that you will produce, which is our angel, Bria, is going to be of heavenly substance, but we have to make sure that we put those necessary things into the soil that's going to ensure that the seed be grown effectively. So nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, lime, because a rule of thumb is that we want our soil to be alkaline. And if
Okay.
our soil is alkaline, then that ensures that our plants have a strong immune system. So it's
Now, before
really
you go, before you go any further, just
yeah,
elaborate on the alkalinity that we need. Like, what are the levels? Why is alkaline important in the soil?
yes. So alkaline is important because it neutralizes any type of disease or dis-ease that we have in the body and also in the soil. Um,
Okay.
when your soil is acidic, which is below 7 pH scale, it causes problems. So it doesn't allow the plant to have an effective immune system. So if the plant doesn't have the effective immune system, just like our bodies don't have an effective immune system, it won't grow and give nutrients to our bodies that we want to receive from the plant. See, a lot of
Mm,
times we're not even cognizant, especially I wasn't until recent, that our plants actually have immune systems too.
wow.
So just like we want to keep our soil alkaline so we can get the best harvest, we want to keep our bodies alkaline too, so we can produce the necessary emotions in route to manifesting our dreams. Because our immune system is one of the most important parts of our body. Because the body is an oxygen producer. It burns oxygen all day. And if it burns too much oxygen, which is called oxidation, then, excuse me, if it burns too much oxygen, what is called oxidation, then it can run into problems of disease, inflammation, high cholesterol levels. But if we take the necessary precautions to put those alkaline foods in us, to eat those raw solids, to drink those smoothies, to get that high pH water, then we can effectively eliminate those free radicals in the body, and then we can grow healthy. And nutrition is just like a plant.
That is incredible. I had no idea that plants have immune systems. So thank you for dropping that knowledge on me.
No
I feel
problem.
horrible for every blade of grass I stepped on now or plant that I crushed when I was a child. So I'm just having an array of thoughts. My gosh, that is amazing. So what it sounds like, the soil being the foundation, if you will,
Absolutely.
right? And so if we translate that to a financial perspective, your
Right.
foundation has to be solid, right? So
Absolutely.
you have to be disciplined with your spending. You have to have credit that is par for the course so that it will allow you to purchase. That's your purchasing power. You need to have savings. So you need to be disciplined in your spending. You need to have a budget. You need to have the credit, but then you also need to have money in the bank that you can then disseminate for these purchases, right?
Absolutely.
And you need to be mentally stable in your mind. Of course, the physical health is there, because getting into a home is it's a challenge and it's a process, but mentally you have to be up for the challenge and you have to have the stamina to go through the process. So your foundation has to be strong. Your core has to be strong. And you have to basically make sure that you have alkaline in that foundation. So when your financial health comes up, your alkaline levels are where they need to be. Am I on the right track with you there?
Man, you hit it right on the nose, Queen.
Awesome. Okay, I got it. Continue on, brother.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose. And just to touch on that seed topic you was talking about earlier, so we think about anything that we put into the ground is going to produce.
Yeah.
Whether it be a seed of tomatoes or it be a weed seed, something must come forth, right?
Yes.
Something must come forth. So if we relate that in terms of the mind, we have to ask ourselves, what type of seed are we planting in our mind?
Mm-hmm.
You know, are we planting seed to build a better future for our family, or are we planting seeds to be on the destructive side of our family? Because a lot of times, the seed in our minds, you know, we have a subconscious and a conscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our subconscious mind is the mind that controls everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the processes that we do on a day-to-day basis that are already programmed, so we can go through our days on autopilot, right? And our conscious mind is just the 5% frequency that we have right in this moment. Our conscious mind thinks of the future. Our conscious mind thinks of yesterday. Our conscious mind does daily planning that we have to do today. But in order to effectively get all those tasks done, it's just our subconscious programming that therefore handles all that processes. So then when we talk about what type of seed are you planting, are you going to be planting a seed whereas though your subconscious mind is going to work for you, or is it going to work?
Oh my gosh. So, wow. Whew, that just gave me chills. That's our struggle, right? If we translate that, if in any simplistic term, we have our subconscious mind working against us because we are not trained to budget. We are not trained to pay our credit cards effectively. We are not trained to save for a home. We're not trained to pay, our bills necessarily in a way that's going to allow and afford us an opportunity to grow. So when you talk about planting seeds, financially, from a future standpoint, what seed do you want to plant, and how do you wish to grow your prosperity? You know, most people have the American dream. They want to be a homeowner, but what steps are you taking today to ensure that comes to fruition, right? That's the trap that we all fall into, because our subconscious mind is accustomed to just going and spending, and not saving. And then consciously you look up one day and you say, I want to buy a house, but the subconscious mind kicks in. You need lunch for the day, you need dinner for the family, you need gas and all these things, and now you've spent $250 that day and you haven't saved $10 for the week.
There you go.
Right? So it's a lot of training, but then also untraining that we have to do, and disassociation with bad habits. Just like we talk about bad eating, we have to disassociate ourselves with those bad habits, get on the right side of the track, develop good habits, consciously involve ourselves and push ourselves to keep furthering the good habits, so that the growth from the foundation, from our soil, will come from the seeds that we plant.
Most definitely. Beautifully said, sis. That was amazing. That
was paraphrasing what you said. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. When you think about it, it makes so much sense. It's like 20 different light bulbs went off when you were talking about it, and it's like, my gosh, that's the problem. That's the problem that we face. You know, it's getting out of our own way. Get out of the way.
Absolutely. Most definitely. Since I think this topic is so critical, I think we have to come back next week with a part 2.
A part 2? I love it. A part 2.
Got to come back next week with the part 2.
You heard it here from the Alchemist. We're going to have a part 2 continuation of this talk. I love it. I'm so grateful that we are marrying these two topics together, because they are so critical. It's just mind-blowing, and it's invigorating, and it's awakening your conscious mind, people. What did you say, 5%?
5% conscious
5%. You gotta raise your conscious level. You have to be mentally stable, so that your physical endurance and everything else that comes along with it is intact. I love it.
And then that 95% of that subconscious that had you on autopilot. So that's the real thing that will get you to manifesting your desires, your goals, and your dreams, family. So just like the Queen said, the deprogramming, and then there's a reprogramming process that must be done. So yeah, next week we're gonna come with some more fire.
That's Transformation Tuesday, because we're reprogramming. That's what we're all about. That's it.
Transformation, most definitely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the beautiful scenery. Thank you for the valuable lessons that we learned today. This is Akeem, the Alchemist, y'all, the Alchemist, and this is Transformation Tuesday. Nyosha from Navigation saying, be the change that you wish to see in the world, as Gandhi says, but be the change that you wish to see in you. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you so much, sis, for this great day. Thank you just for having me out. I'm so grateful to be on this YouTube channel with you and to explore this next step in your foundation. So we give thanks. Thank you.
We're planting the seeds.
Planting the seed.
We're planting the seeds. That's it. All right. And it's going to grow. It is. It's growing.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. You enjoy. We will catch you soon. Part 2 coming up next week, y'all.
Part 2 coming up. Have a great day, Queen.
Yeah, you too. All right. Love you.
Love you too.